Let's continue in prayer. Heavenly Father, we recognise that it was all for love that Jesus came, and he has put his love in our hearts. We thank you for the love that you've put in the hearts of those working in our NHS, who in terribly taxing conditions are serving our nation and meeting the needs of those who are sick and suffering. We thank you for the love that you've put in the hearts of bus drivers who ferry people to work and in fulfilling their duty are deeply saddened to hear that some have lost their life. Surround their families with the comfort of your love. We thank you for the love that you've placed in the hearts of those supplying, distributing and making food available. Thank you for the care they've taken to make shopping as safe an experience as possible. Help us to honour and respect their love for us. We thank you for the love you've placed in the hearts of so many volunteers who've shopped for their neighbours, kept watch on the vulnerable, volunteered for food banks, and others that just want to care out of love for others. Bless them and protect them. Thank you for the love Jesus has revealed to us through his death and resurrection. May your love abound more and more in our lives, the lives of others, so our community and our world can be a place of love. Amen. How easy it is to misunderstand things. George, a little boy, was in church one Easter Sunday with his mum, Anna, when he started feeling sick. "Mummy," he inquired, "can we leave now?" "No," his mother replied, "the service isn't over yet." "Well, I think I'm about to throw up," George announced. "Then go to the front door and around to the back of the church and throw up behind a bush," said Anna. After about 60 seconds, George returned to his pew alongside his mother. "Did you throw up?" George's mum asked quietly. "Yes," George answered, embarrassed. "How could you have gone all the way to the back of the church and returned so quickly?" Anna demanded. "I didn't have to go out of the church, Mummy. There was a box at the back that said, 'For the sick.'" How easy or convenient to misunderstand things. There was never a body in the tomb. It's all a bit of a fairy story. Jesus didn't really exist. But Tacitus, the Roman historian, and Josephus, the Jewish historian, made reference to Jesus, his death and his resurrection. He was a real man that died a real death and was put in a real tomb. How easy it would be to say he didn't really die. He recovered in the tomb. The disciples snatched his body. It's easy to think things up rather than dare to think about what really happened. How easy it is to dismiss what happened. The guards at the tomb were seasoned professionals. Very little would have surprised them. Yet as God moved the stone, these hardened men were so terrified they became like rabbits caught in headlights. They couldn't move. They knew what had happened. They're told to lie and say that the disciples snatched the body. This was so unlikely. These were seasoned professionals who didn't fall asleep on duty. It was more than their job was worth. Yet they're prepared to take the money, turn a blind eye to what actually happened, and spread a rumour that is a complete fabrication. It's easy to dismiss what really happened. It's so challenging what happened that the angel of the Lord has to come and help the two Marys understand what has taken place. He tells the ladies that Jesus has risen. They need this clarity because the resurrection is so far outside our normal experience that we can struggle to believe it could ever take place. These ladies believed in Jesus, but they still needed convincing that what Jesus said would happen actually did happen. They thought they were grieving a dead friend. But what they were doing was seeing the evidence of a resurrection. In looking, they dared to believe. Dare we think through what took place that first Easter Sunday? It would be easy or convenient to misunderstand. It would be easy to dismiss what took place. But dare we understand like Mary and Mary did? Over the course of the weeks we're not able to meet together, we're running Oliver and John's Big Fat Quiz. Much chatter was caused last week by the joke we slipped in, which man in the Bible had no father? And the answer was Joshua, son of Nun. Some thought the answer should have been Jesus, others Adam, and the real Bible scholars amongst you quoted Hebrews 7 verse 3 and argued that the answer should have been Melchizedek. Fantastic. We love to see a bit of banter and a bit of competition. So send your scores in. This is what the scoreboard looks like at the moment. Get your name up, and even if you have joined late, get it up. It's all a bit of fun. Don't be embarrassed if your score's quite low. We're just a church family, and we want to see our church family and friends up there.
Hello and welcome to round 3 of John and Oliver's Big Fat Quiz. Are you ready? Question number 1. What was the Jewish festival that was being celebrated at the time Jesus was crucified?
Question 2. What animal did Jesus ride into Jerusalem on?
Question 3. Children, who denied Jesus 3 times?
Question 4. What did Judas betray Jesus for?
Question 5. Which prisoner was released instead of Jesus?
Question 6. Who was crucified with Jesus?
Question 7. When Jesus died, there was darkness for how long?
Question 8. What happened when Jesus died to indicate that people could meet face to face with God?
Question 9. Children, on which day of the week did Jesus rise again?
Question 10. Who was the faster runner, Peter or John? Here are the answers. Easter happens during the Jewish Passover. Question 2. Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey. Question 3, especially for the children, who denied Jesus 3 times? It was, of course, Peter. 4, what did Judas betray Jesus for? 30 pieces of silver. Question 5, which prisoner was released? Barabbas. Question 6, who was crucified with Jesus? 2 thieves, one on his left, one on his right. Question 7, there was darkness for 3 hours. Question 8, how do we know we can meet God face to face? Well, the curtain of the temple was torn in 2. Question 9, again for children, Jesus rose again on Sunday. Question 10, who was the faster runner? Definitely John. They're always fast runners. Let's respond to God by singing "This is Amazing Grace" as we recognise God's love for us.